Welcome. This is Majesty Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us. So it seems that People magazine has been busy, 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 busy like a bee. The latest glimpse into Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, life in With Love, Meghan, is not just about party planning and entertainment. It's a deeper reflection of identity, legacy, and family. The People magazine article highlights Meghan's evolving sense of self, particularly in how she now embraces the Sussex name as more than just a title, but as a part of her family's shared story. So good. All right. I am beyond excited. I might have wet myself. So, no, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. I actually was working out and uh, I was just listening to stuff and reading some stuff, gathering research information for an episode I want to bring to you folks that I was supposed to do today. But instead, I saw that People magazine dropped this gem and thought, okay, everything needs to stop right now. I need to read. So I've done that and I want to share it with you. So the quickest, simplest way I thought is that we'll do it in portions. Okay. So let's start right now.
Meghan Markle is giving a glimpse into her world on With Love, Meghan. The new Netflix series starring the Duchess of Sussex, 43, is full of revelations about her and her guests throughout its 8 episodes. In addition to sharing her favorite tips for party planning, cooking, entertaining, and more, Meghan opens up about everything from her approach to fashion to her feelings about her title as the Duchess of Sussex. She also gives a glimpse of what life is like at home in Montecito with Prince Harry and their children, Prince Archie, 5, and Princess Lilibet, 3. Meghan explains the meaning behind the name Sussex. In the second episode, Meghan welcomes Mindy Kaling as they talk about kids' parties. But the talk turns to their own childhoods. People wouldn't believe that Meghan Markle ate at Jack in the Box, Kaling says at one point, prompting Meghan to point out, "It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now." Queen Elizabeth bestowed the titles of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to Prince Harry and Meghan for their 2018 wedding, and their children now use Sussex as their last name as well. Meghan explains, "You have kids and you go, 'No, I share my name with my children.' I didn't know how meaningful that would be to me, but it just means so much to go, 'This is our family name, our little family name.'" In an exclusive interview with People, the Duchess of Sussex further shares how the title now holds a deeper significance than she could have imagined before motherhood. "It's our shared name as a family, and I guess I hadn't recognized how meaningful that would be to me until we had children," she says. "I love that that is something that Archie, Lily, H, and I all have together. It means a lot to me." Meghan adds that it's a huge part of our love story is that we share the name Sussex. Harry's brief appearance. While the couple's 2022 Netflix docuseries, the record-breaking Harry and Meghan, famously lifted the veil on their struggles within the royal family, this time there's no mention of anything royal. Harry makes only a brief appearance in the final episode, but his influence is felt behind the scenes. Whenever Harry visited set, he was always super polite and friendly, a crew member tells People. But it was clear he wanted this to be Meghan's moment to shine.
I'm not even sure what to say. I'll be honest. When I read the article the first time and then decided, okay, I need to start working on this to get it out to you folks and how I would present it. And I chose this format so you can hear the article being read, and then I will react to that portion. I don't. I think the thing that strikes me is, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here, but there's so much I think that Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have not said, and they are putting that to rest and moving forward. And if those people, those heartless, stone heart people, would just move on, I think the world would be a better place. I think they would have better lives. Just move on. Now, with that said, I've gotten that off of my chest. I think this is going to be such an incredible journey because what was in the docu-series Harry and Meghan, that's finished, that's done with. They said what they needed to say, they did what they needed to do. They needed to have that record, and it's done now. Now it's moving on to the next stage of the two of them, their kids, their family, and in this particular route, it's about Megan, right? And the continuation of that lifestyle brand that she was building, which is not something new that she's just pulling out of nowhere. It's something that she's already have experience with and on, and she's building on top of that. Megan is not looking back. They're not looking back at the institution. They are creating something, or she is creating something fresh, something warm, and something entirely her own. Beautiful. While some of the critics may try and dismiss this as just another lifestyle show, I think it's a powerful statement that she is no longer defining herself by some kind of royal drama. They can continue talking about this and that and this person and this source and whatever she did, what she didn't do, what she did. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, you dumb fish cakes. Go right ahead. Because this princess moving upwards and moving on. It I get this feeling that the series in essence is proof that she and Harry have moved on despite all of their quacking and all the nonsense that they do, right? That she is not being bind by any of their nonsense. When she married into that family, she was expected to conform to an identity that was dictated to her. And she did her darn best, and we know she did. Now she's choosing how she defines herself. And the Sussex is no longer just a title, it's a name that binds her, Harry, Archie, Lilibeth, that binds their family together in a way that I think deepened that relationship and to the title. I think it's amazing that Prince Harry recognizes that this is Meghan's thing, but also that he's there. That relationship, that dynamic relationship that we have talked about that true partnership that those people don't understand. They just don't get it. This is this is this is the profoundness of people who are connected. Because some people define marriage a certain way, but when you've got marriage and a profound partnership, oh, and that love, and it's obvious that this man admires his wife, and obvious to me that she admires him. So let's get to more.
Meghan shares her high low fashion approach. At another point in Kaling's episode, the Office actress asks Meghan about her look, and after some confusion, Kaling clarifies that the Duchess of Sussex's fashion is one of my favorite things. Meghan explains that she likes high low, revealing she was wearing pants from Zara, a shirt by Italian luxury brand Loro Piana, and a sweater from California designer Jenny Kane. Really cute, Kaling praises. Meghan reflects on her time on Suits. Meghan reflects on her Suits years in a conversation with Kaling, bonding over their long-running TV roles. One thing that you and I have in common is we were both on TV shows for a long time, Mindy says. Meghan confirms Suits ran for 7 years, just shy of The Office's 8. I'm on a series. This is all I want, Meghan recalls. Mindy adds, health insurance, steady paycheck. Yes, consistency, Meghan agrees. Asked about relocating for the show, Meghan admits, okay, 1 season in Toronto, amazing. 2 seasons, okay, is my life going to be in this other place now? But she embraced it. Thankfully, I love Canada. And I always tried to invite the cast over, or people I'd meet at the dog park, neighbors. I love making friends. Speaking with people, Meghan says she's not surprised by the show's recent resurgence since being added to Netflix's lineup. I'm not surprised that people are rediscovering Suits because it was so well written and so well produced, she says. It's a time capsule for me. I still have the pencil skirt from the first episode. That's the one thing I kept. Her family's morning routine. Like many families, mornings are fast in the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's California home. I wake up every morning and take a lot of pride in making breakfast for my family, Meghan says. Mornings are fast. Gotta get the kids to school. Meghan reveals that a popular breakfast staple is a favorite in their house. I find when I'm cooking bacon, my kitchen very immediately becomes full of husband and 3 dogs, she quips. It's not my perfume that's bringing them all in it. She adds before singing, my bacon brings all the boys to the yard, to the tune of Keyless's hit song, Milkshake. Apparently, Prince Harry also knows his way around the kitchen, with his wife praising him for making a really good breakfast.
I love that. My milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. Better than your I think I should play it. Maybe. I love that. And like, can you just smell bacon for breakfast? I love it when she's like, yeah, the dogs and Prince Harry. They're like, okay, bacon. Love that. Now, wouldn't it be really, you know what I would like? Imagine Prince Harry making you breakfast. Imagine that. That is going to kill. That's going to kill all of the Rangers. they're they're going to be there thinking, he makes breakfast for her? He makes breakfast for her? They're going to lose. Oh, baby Jesus, why am I finding this so satisfying? I cannot explain why, but I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love her relationship with um Killing. My goodness, I can't even pronounce her name properly. With Mindy, with Mindy just seems so beautiful. And I love Mindy's sort of nature and her way of speaking and that playfulness is just yummy. Um, I think I find this is something that I've observed also from people in regards to dressing oneself that I've learned whether it's from my a few of my aunts or from my mom. Yeah, I learned the fashion from the women, not from any of the men in the family, because they're just whatever. But always find, a really good quality piece that you can have for 5, 10 years or more, and you pay the extra money. And in my case, I save up for it, and you have that staple thing that is not going to go out of fashion. Like, people say that black dress or whatever this the saying is, the little black the little black dress. Does that make sense? I don't know. So buying that one cocktail dress or whatever that is going to be staple, and you buy it in a sort of design that is not trendy, right? You buy something classical that you can be. It's something you could have worn in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and it's still fashionable. And I know a lot of people who do that. And the only let me be honest with you folks, the only bad thing is if you gain weight, like, mamma mia. Because, like, I had a few, like, shirts and stuff that, you know did did cost a penny, and I've actually since then um gifted them to people who look it looks better on them than it would ever look on me now. So, I went to the gym, I started to work out and stuff. So it's all muscle. Yeah, it's all muscle. It's all muscle. um yeah, this is just awesome. And I don't think I said this in the last piece, when she talks about the Sussex name. Like, there's more to it that I'm not being able to verbalize presently, because my brain is just going really fast. And but them changing, right, defining that this is who we are the Sussex, and creating that story now, that history, is just powerful. There's power in that.
Meghan recalls her first jobs. Before getting into the world of acting, the future Duchess of Sussex held a variety of jobs. Meghan reminisced on her old resume at various points during the Netflix show, which included her first job at an ice cream shop called Humphrey Yogarts and a gig at a donut shop called Little Orbit Donuts. While at college at Northwestern University, Meghan tried to earn some extra cash working at the coat check of a Chicago bar before they encouraged her to try waitressing. She recalls, the guy, it was really loud, and he's like, "Hey, can I get a martini?" And I was like, "I don't know what he's saying." I was like, "I think he's from Texas." And he asked me for a Cowboy Run martini. And they were like, "We don't have that." So I went back and I was like, "We don't have that." And he's like, "What? You don't have a Kettle One martini?" And I was like, "I don't know." And they're like, "Let's have you go back to being a coat check girl," Meghan says. Meghan reveals who got the first jar of jam. In 2024, the Duchess of Sussex gifted 50 friends with a jar of jam from her lifestyle brand. Although it was originally called American Riviera Orchard, it was renamed to As Ever in 2025. As celebrities like Kris Jenner and Chrissy Teigen shared glimpses of their numbered jars on social media, many wondered who received the coveted number one. And on With Love, Meghan, the answer was unveiled to be her mother, Doria Ragland. People took it very personally, the hierarchy, Meghan says on the series, adding, "Anyone who got them, I hope they felt like I wanted to share this with you." Meghan says her dog Guy has stories to tell. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex's dogs make appearances throughout the series, including Guy, the beagle that Meghan rescued in 2015. Meghan announced on January 7th that Guy died, sharing in a tribute on Instagram. Because many of you will now see Guy in this new series, I hope you'll come to understand why I am so devastated by his loss. I think you may fall a little bit in love too. In With Love, Meghan, she calls the pup her shadow, recapping how he's been with her while working on Suits in Canada, when she moved to the UK as her romance with Prince Harry progressed, when the couple relocated to Canada, and as they eventually settled in California. Guy has a lot of stories to tell, Meghan says. She recalls living in Argentina while hiking with her friend Delfina Blaquier, wife of polo player Nacho Figueras, one of Prince Harry's close friends. Meghan reminisces about her time in Argentina, where she interned at the U.S. Embassy. She double majored in theater and international studies at Northwestern University. I think the reason I loved living there so much is because it reminded me of California in a lot of ways, where you have the mountains and you have just this joy of life and the joy of being outside, she says. I was only there for a few months, interning at the U.S. Embassy, but I loved it. After their hike, Blaquier tells Meghan, I enjoyed this morning's hike because I saw you being you, and I love that. I love when you are doing your thing. I'm obsessed with that face of M. So happy.
I'm going to be honest with you folks. I don't know why, but I'm getting quite emotional. um, I just keep thinking of all the crap this woman has had to go through. All the crap. Man, I'm so sorry. This is not a sad moment. It's actually really good. Um, I think this is so identifiable, right? Having those first jobs, right? I love how she has this high sense of worth ethics, right? Um, and and working scooping scooping ice cream. I would have failed, folks. I would have failed at scooping ice cream because I would have like at every break, at every moment I got, I would have been eating the ice cream because I love ice cream so much. It's my favorite thing. Now at the donut store or shop, I would have been fine because I'm not a big donut person. But man, ice cream, no, that would have been my downfall. Absolutely. And I have been in situations also where I've never worked as a bartender, but someone is saying something to you, you're at a new job, and they're asking for something specific, and you have no idea what that thing is, and people look at you like, "Why are you behind the counter?" Or "Why do you when you don't know anything about this?" Um, so, anyways, I can identify with that completely, completely, completely. The jar of jam. I'll I kind of at that time I kept thinking, I wonder if it went to her mom, right? Because I was like, well, if I was doing something like that, the first people I would give it to is my family. Like number one, number two, number three, number four, my parents and my siblings would be the first people to get it. So I wasn't completely surprised about that, but I'm very happy that that's how it actually went. It went down, but it was so funny, right? Because as she was saying, people took the hierarchy very seriously. Well, who got number four? Who got number eight? And it's like, biatches, like, calm down. Like, she's just numbering them. It's fine. Ooh. Having said that, though, Megan, come on, you numbered them. so, so maybe. Oh, saying goodbye to Guy. Maybe that's why I'm getting emotional. That dog has some stories, man. That dog has some stories. Oof. I need to move on from this one because I'm going to get all stupid. Oh, viviendo en Argentina. She. Um, Argentina, I can see why she would like Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires is a beautiful city. Um, as some may call it, the Paris of South America. It's just wonderful, and the food, mm, mm, so good. And it's just wonderful. Those are the positive things. We'll leave the negative things for another day. But loved that. I love that we're getting to see, or we're going to get to see this and hear, being able to read it. That what they have, the narrative that they've put out there about her, that almost that there's a difference between who they're labeling as this Duchess and who Meghan really is. And she is a person like any other that's had a an array of different experiences, of rich and diverse life experiences, I would say, um, that she has struggled, right? Um, that she has deep relationships, and she is an animal lover. She's a hard worker, a devoted daughter, right? And a person with a spirit of adventure. Those are the moments, those are the things that define her, not these royal, nasty people's narratives that don't have the dignity, don't have not even what she has in her fingernails to speak about her. And I'm so happy that in all of this, Megan is shining and will continue to shine.
Her calming ritual. In one episode, Megan visits a flower shop to pick out blooms for an arrangement she's making for a lunch with friends. She reflects on learning the art of flower arranging at her baby shower while pregnant with Archie in 2019, describing it as a relaxing ritual she enjoys at the end of the day. I learned a lot of this when I was pregnant with my son, Archie. My girlfriends threw a baby shower for me, and one of the things we did was learn flower arranging. I started to find this really calming and meditative, so when I have a little bit of time at the end of the day, I do this. I have a glass of wine and just enjoy it, she says, adding that music is always part of the experience. I listen to a lot of 70s soft rock and a lot of yacht rock and a lot of soul, and then also French dinner party music. Megan's new hobby. In another episode, Megan prepares for a game night with friends Tracy Robbins, Victoria Jackson, and Jennifer Rudolph Walsh, sharing that they recently started learning Mahjong together. My girlfriends are coming over. We have all started to learn Mahjong together in the past few months. We play a version called American Mahjong, she says. What I've come to really love about Mahjong is that the game itself is really fun. But what was so great was the idea of learning something new with your friends together. And then recognizing that Mahjong becomes the background of the expansion of friendship, she adds. It's the feeling of community. It's become special for all of us. We're all at such different chapters in our lives. It's amazing that it's just as meaningful for me as it is for Victoria or Tracy or Jennifer. We all really like it. Megan reveals her love language. On 2 occasions in the Netflix show, Megan says that feeding people is her love language. While showing Daniel Martin how to make a single skillet spaghetti, a recipe she calls a family favorite, her pal and makeup artist said, "You've always shown your love through food." Megan replies, "It's a big love language." She shares the same sentiment in episode 6, titled "The Juice is Worth the Squeeze," saying, "I love feeding people. I think it's probably my love language." Megan tells people about her love of cooking. Even before I was a mom, I loved being able to nurture in that way. Some of my favorite childhood moments are the meals that my mom would make. She'd make a lot of soul food. I remember she'd taken a Thai cooking class, so every week we had Thai barbecue, chicken, and spring rolls. I remember those flavors so well, and I want my kids to have those same formative memories of things that I cook. We call them mama meals, and those are the ones that I hope they come back to when they're older, when they're married, and they have their own kids, and they go, "Oh, let's have a mama meal." And it's the same roast chicken I've been making since they were little.
Okay, I'm keeping it together. I am. I'm keeping it together because that last sentence there, that last sentence, I'm telling you, just hit me right in my feelies, in my little puppy heart. So, um, keeping it together, folks. I think it's so beautiful. This layered person that we all are. We are layered people. If you're one dimensional, too bad for you. But most people are layered. And it seems that with each episode, with each moment, we get to discover another layer of this just talented, beautiful, intelligent woman. Um, I love the idea of at the end of your day having something that brings you joy and peace. And for her, it's flower arrangement. That's just wonderful. Her food, like her language of love, being food. Oh, feed me, please, feed me. I think what we see is sort of this portrait that starts to make itself visible is of a woman deeply rooted in tradition, in community, and the power of simple everyday joys. You know, I just love that. I'm with her 100% on that glass of wine, listening to sort of French, um, tranquil dinner kind of music. I love similar. Um, well, I love more of a Motown kind of thing. That type of music when it comes to that era, 70s and so on. Just wonderful. Just something that is going to bring you to that moment of just peace. I love that she has that routine. And Mahjong, let me tell you, I've got friends that play Mahjong, and they offered once to, to show me how to play it. And I was like, I'm going to watch TV instead. I should learn it. I know I should. But some of them play Mahjong like they'll start and the next morning they're still playing Mahjong. So maybe I should learn. I guess I will be motivated now that Megan Megan plays mahjong. So maybe I'll go learn how to play mahjong and take out some of my friends on teaching me how to do it. But it's finding those moments. I think sometimes people think or we think that to hang out with your friends or to be in community, it needs to be this big thing or organized this, who's going for brunch, who's not, who's going to drive whom where and all this stuff. When it could just be, hey, let's hang out on Thursday and just play some board games, right? And order pizza or something. And just have a wonderful time being around people that are your friends. And I mean your real friends. It it enriches you. It just feeds your soul. And that is just great. Great, 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 great. I'm telling you, I'm going back to this food thing. Food is such a thing that brings us together. And sometimes you can smell um, a certain scent of certain types of food. And it can take you back to a memory, take you back to a moment. And, people say many times, oh, well, my mother's cooking or that family member that makes that dish that you love so much. And for her to call it sort of, you know, wanting her kids to experience different types of foods, different foods from different cultures, and for them to say, okay, let's have sort of mama's food. Um, just beautiful. It it shows the love, so much love, and it shows intention. Intention. It's to create memories, to create those special moments. I want me some mama meals. I really do. I want me some mama meals. I'm calling up my mom. Mom, I need mama. I need some mama meals. My mom will say, "Okay, you know to cook." I'm like, "No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same." Beautiful. Um, some final thoughts on this particular article. With love, Megan is is more than a lifestyle series. It's a declaration of identity, of joy, and self expression. Throughout the People magazine article, we see Megan reclaim her narrative, not through scandal or response to media attacks, but by simply living and sharing her life on her own terms. From her reflections on motherhood and the meaning of the Sussex name to nostalgic memories of Suits for his jobs, even her love for cooking. Every detail paints a picture of a woman who is grounded, intentional, and deeply connected to the people and rituals that bring her peace. Whether it's flower arranging as a form of meditation, learning Mahjong with friends, or the simple pleasure of feeding her loved ones. Megan's life is centered on authenticity, warmth, and meaningful connections. What stands out most is how far she has come. Once scrutinized and controlled by a rigid institution, she's now creating a world where she defines her own happiness, where titles aren't obligations, friendships are nurtured, and where love is expressed through meals, traditions, and shared laughter. Despite all the noise, and there's gonna be so much noise, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, continues to rise, not by fighting back, but by showing the life she built. And in doing so, she reminds us all of a powerful truth. Happiness is a life well lived, not a life explained, a life well lived. I'm so sorry, folks. Whew. I love to know your thoughts. And as I say goodbye on this article and go read the other ones that are there. I know. Gosh, Oh, I'm a softie. Bah. Mm-mm. Ah, thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. All my love. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your loved ones. And let me see. Maybe I'll do another one, and I'll be back here in an hour or two. Okay. Mwah. Bye for now.